kind of the final topic that I wrote down in my notes for this conversation. You talked about when your brand new podcast, The Department, and you really talked about how you got curious about yourself, right? Who is Omar is kind of how I took that in. Being the department, you can go lots of different ways, entrepreneur, sales, content, all of that. Why don't you just talk about the importance of that curiosity?
Yeah, I like to say that your curiosity is the cheat code for your content. And if you just live in that, like, and again, it's a self-awareness piece. Like, I genuinely have these questions that I'm wondering from people that I'm interviewing. And so, or I might disagree. And so, and it's all based on the curiosity factor. And it's funny how much curiosity, generally speaking, is just a theme throughout content creation. So even like when you make a thumbnail, you want to evoke curiosity. You want people to be like, what's going on there? Click. But in your own content, when I say curiosity, it also is a replacement for, passions or things you're learning about. It's the driver for the conversations I'm having. And what I'm finding is it's actually my curiosity is what's making the connection to the people that actually want to follow and consume my podcast. And so I chose the department because, I did want more broad appeal because I pre-decided and said, I'm going to just have this podcast. And I don't want to limit it up front. There will be, I would say, the majority, because of me, of who I am. Of course, we're going to have marketing, entrepreneurial content conversations. But I uploaded a leadership conversation with my pastor last week. I'll interview other people because I wanted it to kind of have broad appeal. I kind of got that from Hermosi as well. Like when he changed his podcast from like Gym Launch Secrets to The Game with Alex Hermosi,
Yeah,
it grew a little bit because it had more broad appeal, even though
correct.
his examples, his experiences all had to do with, starting and scaling gyms and stuff. So that was kind of like the idea. I was like, I'd like something general enough, but something that could still, and it all just worked out. I was like, dude, this is cool. Like I'm having conversations with people who are killing it in their department. And it's like, today's department is the real estate department or whatever, and so it worked out. I think I'm glad I did the broad appeal
Yeah.
approach, which it's not to be confused with like not niching down. I think some people would say like, well, then you don't need a niche. I think there's still like the niche is my curiosity. So in many aspects, that the curiosity creates that niche.
Yeah. Oh, I like it.